Utrecht concluded. We have our two European representatives for the World Championship, Fabian and Tervoja. And I think it's a good time to summarize my run in Utrecht, which wasn't impressive. The deck I played was Sakazuki, as you can watch in my videos with the preparation for the tournament. Unfortunately, I didn't practice the deck enough to be able to qualify to Top Cut. So let's speak shortly about day 1. My matchups were round 1 Katakuri. I won this match, as always against Katakuri, Kuzan. Very important, and also I set up kill turn properly. I killed my opponent after first Big Mom, if I remember correctly. Round 2 I played against Enel. It was a long game. That was my main problem during tournament, that I had some games that went into time, and I wasn't used to it before I played Zoro, so my games finished quickly, but here I was kind of forced into time rules, and lack of experience lost me the game here. My opponent was turn 0, and I was planning for the next turn of my opponent not to lose on the back push, but turn 0 of my opponent was so long that I had time only for one turn, and I didn't see the timer. I didn't ask the judge to tell me how much time I have, and I was preparing my attacks a little bit too slow, and instead of pushing Enel to, let's say, 0 life, I had 2 7-cost Borsalino on board, so should be doable at this point of the game. I was considering some other plays, especially that my opponent had 2 rush Enel on board, and because all of that, time ended on my attack declaration, and because we both were on 1 life, we counted the decks, and I lost by 1 card count in the deck. So unfortunate, but it was useful for the next game. Round 3 I played against Enel again. This time I was playing much faster. My opponent didn't draw all the best pieces, I think, and I was able to punish him quite nicely. Into the next round was my first mirror, and I've got to say, in this game I felt the difference between the Sakazuki player that came pretty good prepared into tournament and myself. Even though I was going first and my opponent had all the needed cards, I've got seen on a board what is going to happen, and that I'm that much behind, be it skill wise or just not drawing my pieces, but it's not an excuse. My opponent played perfectly this game. I don't know his score later, but seemed to me like really well prepared Sakazuki player for the mirrors. He bottom deck my correct pieces, like Lucci, when he noticed that I don't have any interest to recur him with Rebecca, for example. So yeah, very good player in my opinion. Next round I played against Zoro, and I already was a little bit down because losing 2 rounds early in the tournament is not something that you want to see. In 12 rounds Swiss played against Zoro. I wasn't happy about the matchup because I knew that it will be hard, especially after losing the previous game. I couldn't clear my mind. I'd end up trashing one of my 2k counters. I think it was Tsuru, for no real reason, and my opponent just pushed me. It was so simple to him, just buggy into Nami, into Raj Zoro, into another Raj Zoro, and then just set up the killer turn. So huge misplay by me. I took life when I shouldn't, and I had to take it because I trashed my 2k counter and didn't find any other. And playing into Zoro like that, you cannot expect to win. So already 3 losses in this day. I was like, okay, I will try play until 4 loses, because there was still some chance for the top 500 reward, something like that, and I already registered for the next day for the side events. So I played Sakazuki in round 6. This time I saw all the pieces. I had much more Pekka Hina Lucci combo than my opponent, so I won this matchup. Then into Purple Luffy, again nothing crazy here, just saw all my pieces. My opponent didn't high roll me and I was able to take the game quite safely. And then we have round number 8. Whitebeard. This match I feel like was the match that I played the best. I was prepared for the matchup. I knew exactly which pieces I need at the correct stage of the game, and I must say that I felt the best after this game, because I knew that I won this match having like at least one turn extra. So even if I wasn't able to push my opponent, he already had low cards in hand, I knew that I will leave the next turn anyway. But I won turn early, so very nice match. Nonetheless, my opponent played really well, so all his pieces. I was just really well prepared for the matchup and I saw my counter pieces. Then round 9, another Purple Luffy. This game I don't remember that much, but yeah, probably saw all my pieces. Like, I was so excited because even being down 0-3 or x3, I was able to bounce back, clear my mind a little bit and push for those wins in day 1, even though I knew that getting top cut is most likely out of reach with so many early losses. I treated it like stamina training for the future tournaments. So Purple Luffy won. I don't recall the game, so probably just the standard Purple Luffy matchup. So my pieces and finished the game. And then last round, Sakazuki. Unfortunately, this game also went to time. This time I was prepared. I was keeping eye on the time because it's important, because it's either 4 turns, so from turn 0 to turn 3, or until time ends. So if 5 minutes ends, it doesn't matter if you are declaring the attack or if you are doing some action. Judge comes, says okay, stop, and that's it, like I had in the NL game. Even though the attack was declared, time out, and that's it. So here was quite the opposite situation done from my game with NL. I set up my board properly, so my opponent didn't really have much chance to push my last life. I pushed my opponent as much as possible, and I think even was able to... No, I think I wasn't able to return the cards to my deck to win in case of the deck check, deck count. But nevertheless, I set up enough blockers to survive the turn. There was like 1 minute on a clock or something like that. So my opponent tried to push, and surprisingly, he was playing the Rush Usopp, and he declared 7k swing with Usopp, tapped everything on a board, and then the time finished. So the attack didn't went through because he was a little bit hesitating with the attack, and unfortunately for him, attack didn't went through. If we would play all turns, then I would obviously win the game on my turn, so no issue here. The problem was that if the Usopp would connect his attack, I would have less life. So if opponent would play a little bit faster, it might be that he would win through the extra time rules. Because time ended, we had to count the deck again, so not the most exciting way to finish the 10th game of the tournament, and I won by deck count by quite a while. So it was day 1. I was like, okay, next day we play 2 more rounds, maybe I will finish 9-3, and then see what's up, maybe some additional rewards. Unfortunately, on the next day I was underperforming even more. First round I play against Purple Luffy, but I played this matchup terribly. For whatever reason I trashed, I was going first, and for whatever reason I trashed Hound Blaze. That should be my answer to the Magellan, and my opponent had a good hand, played Magellan into Magellan, later into I think 7 cost Kit, and then into Kaido even, something like that. And yeah, I just couldn't catch up, because no Hound Blaze against double Magellan is a little bit tough in the early game. So some really bad choices by me here, and I was already down with my mindset. I didn't really want to play the next round, and the next round was Sakazuki Mirror, and Sakazuki Mirror went also to time, and again the deck count mattered, but my opponent played much more Luchis, so he was able to transfer cards back into his deck, and he won against me by quite a while on the deck count. So I think really to comment here, that's well played by my opponent, so better pieces and play overall better. So as it's easy to count, my final score was 7-5. I didn't qualify it even for the better rewards, so I was below 512, but it's okay. Good reality check for the casual player, that if you want to get some results, especially with such complex decks like Sakazuki, you must to put much more time into training. But I don't give up on a deck, will be playing it even more when I have time, especially in my locals, because I would like to transition into 0-6 with this deck in mind. We are getting a lot of support in 0-6 for Sakazuki, like Tashigi Searcher, for example, or the new event. So I'm quite happy to practice even more, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to play against so many different players and different decks. I was expecting more or less only Sakazuki, as you can see, because I lost quite some games. I was able to play against many cool decks. Next, I will show you participation rewards. Maybe you couldn't participate in the event, so at least you can experience them with me. So as everyone, I received the Championship Europe playmat. You can see it signed in a way with a stamp from 2023, so nice collector piece with alternate art, Yamato and Ace on them. Design a little bit lazy, I'm not a fan, but nice collector piece nonetheless. And then for the cards that I opened with the Championship stamp, that I think will have high collector value, as they are the first Championship stamped cards, and they are the first championships for the One Piece, so quite the event. I opened the Red Black Dawn, that I also use a playset to play, but obviously without the stamp. I use the ones that were in the event packs. So one of the best looking dons in my opinion, and here additionally with the Championship stamp. The next card is my favorite from the ones that I opened, is the beautiful Nami. This version is the full art version, like in Asia. You can see that the whole background is borderless, as opposed to Winner Nami that I also have, but Winner Nami is zoomed in. I like this art the best. We have obviously the championship stamp, but I would be very happy if I had this one, just borderless like in Asia region. But this one as a collector piece with the stamp, probably my favorite from this event, followed by another straw hat, Brook, also with the championship stamp, also available in winner packs, but the most important thing is that here obviously we don't have a winner, we have championship stamp and the cards are borderless. There is no unnecessary zoom or no unnecessary white border. So this is the biggest difference. And then any other cards, I have one ISO, followed by beautiful Okiku art, then another green card, Raizo, followed by Good Boy Sentomaru, and then favorite character of my girlfriend, Trafalgar Law. She was opening my packs and was really satisfied with this pull, so I'm gonna hand him out to her shortly after the video. Then another straw hat, Jinbe, beautiful art, and now also available with the championship stamp. Then one of the cards that I'm not a fan of is Who's Who, but because this art is not zoomed in like on the winner version from the standard battle events, we can see the cat girls in the background. It's quite interesting piece of art. And that's it from the championship stamped cards. I also participate in some side events and also opened some promo packs. So the best pool is most likely Bartolomeo. I have two promo Raizo and beautiful General Frankie, but those are the cards that I already have, so nothing exciting, just additional collection. So yeah, that's it for the participation prizes and some side event packs. Let me know in the comments what you opened. Maybe you did some good deals if you were on the main event, and even if not, let me know which of those arts is your favorite, so we can exchange some preferences for beautiful cards. On the second day I played also Chopper event. It was 6 rounds, 64 people, so I started 4-0 quite confident, but then I got surprisingly rolled by Katakuri, if I remember correctly, with Sanji trigger, and then the next turn he was able to push my last life with the leader swing, Amaru into Sanji blocker that he triggered, and then Amaru into Pudding. I was able to counter just one attack and the other two connected, so unfortunate. I was already 4-1, so was not much interested in the tournament anymore because Chopper was gone. But I played one last round against one of my friends who was playing Enel. He played very well, so the dog combo twice in a row pushed me properly, and yeah, basically later just starved me out of cards in the late game. So it was terrible from my side that I allowed such a setup, but you know, when you see Katakuri into Yamato, then yeah, you just sit and say, yeah, good game, I messed up, should have played probably differently this matchup. So chopper event for 2 got some additional pack, something like that, so nothing impressive. But overall I don't regret staying 2 days there, even though I didn't play the top cut, experiencing the tournament live, watching the games give a lot of insight, but it's also a much different experience. The streaming area was prepared very well. We had 2 big screens, so everyone could watch the finals, the ceremony as well, our winners, representatives. Even though I don't like the system in which we are choosing the representatives for Western regions, so EU, NA, LATAM and Oceania, in comparison with Asia. I'm still happy with the result and with the players that will represent us. They are accomplished players, they are topping important tournaments, so they are the best in Europe. So let's go Europe in the World Championship. And at the end I have one more surprise for you, especially if you are a beginner Sakazuki player. The coaching session that I bought before the tournament in Utrecht that helped me a lot, and I'm still looking back into it to get some basic info repeated and to improve my training now. After the tournament, Fabian, the coach, allowed to publish it. So after the national, so after this weekend, probably on Monday, I will publish the whole training session, so it's around 2 hours, so quite a thing. You can watch it free and get some valuable information straight from the pro player from Singapore, how to play Sakazuki on a basic level, but I think also some more advanced tips were given on this training, so look up to it. You are basically getting free beginner Sakazuki coaching from one of the best from Singapore. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching this short summary. I wish you a wonderful weekend and we will see each other next week.